Hello.
Hi guys.
We're live, but we are setting up and making sure you have the perfect view.
Then we're gonna run away and let Kirsten do this whole thing by herself. She just doesn't know it yet. That's good, right?
There's a viewer.
Uh-oh.
Should we talk about something, guys?
It's a new thing.
All right.
Maybe.
Are you guys ready for Facebook Live? Of course you are, because you are already on, and so are we. So today is FEMUR Friday. We named it today.
We did. We
We
want
did.
to see if your femurs can function on Friday.
Exactly. Because it's Friday and you've got femurs, hopefully. And, yeah, hopefully you got some femurs. If you got some femurs, we're going to help you move. All right? How's that sound? Sound good? Give us a thumbs up. Kirsten, thumbs up. All right. All our thumbs. All right. All right. Perfect.
Maybe I should turn the music down.
We got some classic rock jam in here. We're going to turn it down a little bit. We have 2 viewers. We're stalling to get more viewers. Thanks, Melanie, for the thumbs up. This is my pelvis, ladies and gentlemen.
You didn't want me to miss out on any of the fun.
Wiggle my pelvis around. All right, ready? So we're going to show you guys supine femur rotations today, and over the next few weeks we're going to show you the different variations of different exercises that are femur rotating exercises. All right, so do you want to watch the camera, make sure everyone can see?
Sure.
All right, so
Better behind the scenes.
there you go. We're going to have Kirsten show us the exercise, and then we're going to explain what's going on. Alright, so starting position is in a hook lying position with the knees, both knees bent.
Oh, that was
Start
good.
there. And bring your feet back toward you a little bit, Kirsten. Right there. So, and then turn your palms up. Arms should be 45 degrees out right there. Good. So now once you're in that position, Kirsten's going to take one leg, so your right leg is going to go straight out on the floor. And you want to make sure, maybe if you can move the camera on, Katie. Do you want to move it around so if people can see from
Oh, you want me to get fancy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get fancy, huh?
Okay, here we go.
We're going to try this, guys.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Camera spinning.
I'm so sorry.
When you get into this, you want to make sure, again, when you start, the knees and the feet are aligned to your hips, and then once you put your leg out, that it's straight. Sometimes people get into it, their leg's out there. You want to really make sure it's straight out from your hip, so your shoulder, hip, knee, ankle are all in alignment. And again, also from the other side, that foot is your ankle, knee to your hip to your shoulder, with the knee bent, all in alignment there. Sometimes people get with that foot turned out, or that's maybe out here. Move your foot. Something's going on with people over there, so we really want to make sure everything is straight. Perfect, right there. So once, go over the other side. So once you're in that position, you want to just tighten your quad muscle, that muscle right on the front of your leg bone there, and then pull that foot back. Once it's there, you're going to rotate from the whole leg. Think about moving the whole leg as one unit, in and out, and you do 20 of those. Really want to make sure that leg is doing the motion and not just from your foot. So what happens is a lot of people, either they can't get the range of motion, they're not sure what they're supposed to do, but they don't get a whole lot of motion from their leg, and they just start moving their foot around. They just start moving the ankle, they start rotating their foot around, all different things people come up with, their compensations. And then we would switch to the other side. So now to talk about femur rotation and what that's doing for you. So like we talked about videos about what cats and dogs did, what the static extension position did. We're trying to make sure the right movements are coming from the right places. So if you go down in that position again, Kirsten, you might have to move the camera down for this. So now if you can see this, my pelvis that I've been showing you guys in the past few weeks. So if we put that here to where Kirsten's pelvis is, so now you take, like we showed you in those last few videos, where the leg bone, the femur, this guy, this big leg bone here, where that fits into right there in the acetabulum.
Sorry.
Bless you, Katie. That's a good sneeze right there. So where that fits in. So now what we're doing when we do this femur rotation exercise is we're trying to not move from the pelvic girdle. We're trying to get just that femur rotating in the socket. So again, think about the pelvis is just like that, and then just the leg bone, the femur moves in that socket. So, and doing it in this position, we're asking for a little more extension out of her spine than with some of the other positions that we're going to show you guys over the next few weeks. So, in the position where instead of, let's say, if she had just her both legs straight out, and we're going to show you an exercise as we keep going, where there will be exercise like that, it's going to ask the two different sides of her pelvis. So where this femur is going straight out from her pelvis, and this one is bent. So you can see where this one has this angle. So these muscles are more of in a, you could say, shortened or working position on the bent leg, and this one is a little more lengthened out, extended position. So it's promoting more like, if you think about when you're standing up to go for a walk, one leg has to be relatively flexed and the other has to be relatively extended to get your hips to move the way they should through locomotion. So it's working on that position to get the hips to move two separate directions from each other, the two sides, your two different femurs there. And then again, just to loosen up all those muscles. So from the front of those hip muscles there, those hip flexors and the quads to lengthen out. And then from all the muscles on the back side, from her glutes, the muscle on the outside of your hips, those lateral hip muscles, to be able to get some more motion there. And that helps with getting motion through the lower back. So when people walk around, like we talked about in the previous videos again, where people get too much movement in their pelvis when they're walking around and not enough movement independently, where you should have independent femur motion and then also independent pelvic motion. So it's really to work on how can we get that motion to occur in the right places.
I thought you were gonna demonstrate the walk when they don't.
The walk. So that's the gist of supine femur rotations. And again, next few weeks we're going to talk about the different variations on the different femur rotation exercise we have. If you guys have any questions, feel free. You can write it now if anyone's watching. Still Melanie watching?
Melanie!
Thank you. But feel free to comment in the comment section. Share this video to your friends. And keep tuning into our videos. And we're going to show you other exercises relating to get your femur, how to get your femurs moving.
Femur's functioning.
Exactly. It is Femur Friday, guys.
Happy Femur Friday.
Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week live.